Men collectively not only have like pretty low self-esteem for the most part, or their ego is astronomical. I feel like men fixate a lot on someone's past because they feel that another man can permanently taint a woman. You don't have that power. Athletes are really dumb because most of them are, you know, it's just like if there's substance, it's just not what they lead with.
Why you dating?
So playing basketball, like you guys throw a ball in a hoop. You guys aren't curing cancer. You guys are have an opportunity to change your whole family situation. So you're already king dingling when you're 13 years old. Like, so then you grow up, no real character, no integrity. Your teacher was low-key wanted to f you, and you had this other who was sucking doing your homework, and it's just like, now you guys are expected to be like outstanding men? No, like you guys suck. Like, it's, you know what I mean? So
but if that's a stereotype on athletes or whatever, then doesn't that stereotype exist for the women that so many of them flock to the athletes? If that's if all of them know that athletes are dumb and they don't have any character, and the women who are going after these dudes, there's got to be something wrong with them, like bad intentions.
I think that sometimes like nice guys finish last. Like,
not for sure. I'm trying to figure out.
Like sometimes
I'm trying to figure out why.
I'm like, ew. Like I want flowers from him, not him. Like.
What's really weird though is, like in your guys' situation, your baby daddy probably approached you guys, and they'll label you guys like you guys are like trapping guys, or any baby mama who's the baby mama of a wealthy person, a rapper, athlete, whatever. The woman is the one who gets shamed and gets degraded. So I find that,
Brittany,
I find that kind of crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
PJ,
I can tell you the day. It's so funny too, because the day that I met, like we went to the same school, the same high school. The day that I met him was after practice, my senior year. We went to the school, like hosted this dinner at this like, it was called Pappuccino's. It's like this little restaurant in Chino Hills, and basketball team was going to CIF finals, soccer team was going to CIF finals. So it was just like a intimate like dinner on the patio for us. And it was after practice, and I told my coach, I was like, I don't want to go. I'm tired. I have homework. Like, we have this game coming up. Don't want to go. What's the point? I can't even get cute. Like, we're going straight after. What's the point? You know, like, we're not gonna. And I remember like that was the first time I had seen him, but I had gone to school with him all these years. I was just doing my own thing, and sure enough, like he approached me, and since then, like after that night, like we were kind of inseparable. And we had our own things going on. So it's like some things just land on like people who aren't really clocking it. Like, you guys really think that I knew this guy in high school. Like, I never wanted our relationship to be based off the things that he can do for me. Cause I was like, it's not our foundation of how we even liked each other.
You can't sit right here and say that you didn't know that he was gonna possibly be an athlete. I mean, he was an athlete the man had so much hype. If you met him in senior year, Lonzo Ball had the most hype on him. Once you figured and found all that out, the man don't know for sure if it was just because he just said the right words to you, or just thought he was attractive, or the fact that he had a heavy amount of clout behind him to where he was gonna be rich one day. Ma'am, I hate to say this, y'all, and this is not me being mean or anything. You got lucky. You got lucky. Girl, you lucky. You ran up on a future baller. You know, shout out to the Ball brand. That's what you ran up on, man. You were not meant to be there. That was an anomaly situation, man. Thanos could have snapped his fingers and it could have been another female right there. Easy. Y'all just happened to click. He's young. You probably was attractive to him at that moment, and then it just happened, and then he probably accidentally got you pregnant because y'all started playing around a little bit too much. And then fast forward, y'all together, he like, why am I in this? I'm rich. There's so many other situations I could be in. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying you're not supposed to hold down the chick that you end up picking and choosing. Yes, you definitely obligated. But at the same time, he never really didn't want to be with you. You just started being annoying while being with him. That was the problem.
You know what I mean? So I just feel like people just will always find something negative to say about it. So it sucks, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna say, hey, look at me, I'm a good person. Like, hey, no, this is my love. No, like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of athletes that I've met, they're like coddled man children.
For sure.
So
We definitely are.
yeah, it's like this guy was good in middle school. He had his whole future mapped out.
Yeah.
Everybody from the teachers to the professors to the coaches to that's really, to me, what my experience. There are some stereotypes that are just true.
Yeah.
And I remember I made a video back in 2018 saying, you know, athletes are really dumb because most of them are, you know, it's just like if there's substance, it's just not what they lead with.
Why you dating?
So for me, it's like, I'm like,
Okay, well then.
but so for me, I think it's like,
That's crazy.
because of playing basketball. Like, you guys throw a ball in a hoop. You guys aren't curing cancer. Just like we're on reality TV. We're not doing anything to change the world. This is like cotton candy for the soul. But what it comes down to is like, you guys are have an opportunity to change your whole family situation. So you're already king ding-a-ling when you're 13 years old. Like, so then you grow up, no real character, no integrity. Your teacher was low-key wanted to fuck you, and you had this other who was sucking your doing your homework, and it's just like, now you guys are expected to be like outstanding men? No, like, you guys suck. Like, it's, you know what I mean? So it's not shocking. It's not breaking news. This is a tale as old as time.
Then why did you end up getting pregnant by one? And you were older too, so you knew all these things. Ma'am, you sound stupid as hell. You knew all these things. You just preached that little speech just now to shame the athletes. Bro, I'm be honest, bro. I'm not shaming no athlete. It is what it is. There's gonna be different variations of men. Some men gonna have it a little bit easier than others, but guess what? They still gonna have it hard somewhere along the line. You know how many athletes that made it and that fell off? They're not athletes. They're homeless. They're bums. So just because you get, with great power comes great responsibility. And just because you might get a little bit more up front, you still got to maintain it and hold on to it. See, some of those guys get their value a little bit up front if you're just gifted. But here's the funny part about it. A chick don't even have to be gifted. They still get their value up front. That guy got to be gifted. It has to be like an anomaly situation for LeBron to somehow spawn into the universe. That just don't happen. You feel me? But then you gonna shame him because he was coddled. Yes, he probably did get it easy in certain aspects of life, but at the same time, he had it hard also, to where he had to still fight for those privileges. And those are his privileges. It's double standards. I can't be mad at him for being 6'6" and I'm 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. I can't be mad about that. It is what it is. You just gotta deal with the cards you've been dealt.
But if that's a stereotype on athletes or whatever, then doesn't that stereotype exist for the women that so many of them flock to the athletes? Because if all these girls know, if all of them know that athletes are dumb and they don't have any character and they know that the dudes are gonna probably cheat on them.
Not all.
Most of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, then the women who are going after these dudes, there's gotta be something wrong with them, like bad intentions. Like what we go back to. So the stereotype that some of these girls are like called the names that they're called, do you think that there's any validity to that if the stereotype really is that athletes are dumb and we're not good dudes and we're gonna cheat on the girls that we're with? Like, so what does that say about the girls that are chasing them?
For sure.
That's, first of all, fantastic fucking point. Relationships are mirrors. I also think too, when you meet somebody and you see these glimpses of hope, like, okay, maybe there is more to them. Maybe they are different. Maybe I'm different. Maybe he was doing all these things because it wasn't the right fit. And then you come to find out that, well, the best prediction for future behavior is past behavior. It's not that anybody can't change, it's do they want to. So I think that's where you ask yourself, I think now it's like, how am I a vibrational match to this person? But I think that's a very fair point. It's like, what is each person mirroring back? Because it's kind of like the perfect storm. You're dumb, she's smart, put them together, It's like, it's just, so yeah, I think it's like you do think that it'll be different. And maybe that's where you can be a little naive and thinking, well, he won't cheat on me. Because I know.
I would say you're dumb if you're thinking something that's not going to happen. I would say you're just as dumb probably. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought, well, he has an old soul. Like, oh, maybe these other girls, because they just weren't me, like, I'm a better fit for him. It's gonna be a better relationship, and it's the same shit.
Oh my God.
Why do you I think I saw a comment of you speaking on the fact that the type of dude you go for, I don't know if this was a true quote or not, but the type of guy you would go for would probably cheat on you. I feel like, I don't know if that was a true quote.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Really?
You probably
Well,
did.
I feel like that's a lot of
Modern
women's,
monogamist, so I don't believe in that.
okay, well, a lot of women's like type or the guy that they like, they know that guy. Like they know that they're not gonna go for the guy that's gonna be amazing to them, never cheat on them, be obsessed with them, whatever. Like they got 10 of those guys right here at their doorstep. But they're gonna go for the dude who probably is gonna end up doing them crazy. What do you think is the reasoning for that? Is that just a lack of, do you feel like once a woman reaches a certain age, she gets past that and she really wants the good guy? Or why do you think so many girls go for something they know? Is it the nurturing aspect of women, or what is it? Please inform me.
Come on. Come on. Bad boy, what's up?
I think that sometimes like nice guys finish last. Like
Not for sure. I'm trying to figure
I
out.
feel like sometimes
I'm trying to
like,
figure out why.
I'm
though.
like, ew, like I want flowers from him, not him. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like that it shows where your emotional capacity is at, because are you really gonna be happy with somebody who's cheating on you? No. I better not fucking find out actually. But I think some women now are okay with that because of what they get out of it. I don't understand that. I'm very much like, don't let me.
You just said you don't like the nice guy, and she's about to say, don't let me find out about it. You're okay with it. You just don't want to know. You're oblivious to it. You play into the same role as all the rest of them. This is crazy, but you heard about the nice guy. Ew. No, I don't want that. Bruh, there's no hope for him. It is what it is. And I'm saying, ladies, please comment and explain the opposite of what I'm saying right now. If you can make it make sense. But listening to how these women feel, this is how a lot of y'all feel. I'm not trying to say these two women speak for all of y'all, but a lot of women feel like this.
Find out. But yeah, I also am just like, I don't really want the nice, like, it's like, give me a challenge. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. Well, no. At one time in my life, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, ew, disgusting. Like, don't.
This guy that's
I'm
like
just being
it's
nice
like the
to
simp
you.
thing. Like if he's simping.
Yeah,
over
and this
you,
was like where I was at a couple years ago. I feel like I was just kind of like, I'm not into that. Now I just feel like I just really protect my peace. And like I said, my guy's a unicorn, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel for me that
Look at you.
there's a lot of people that they just have a lot of unhealed stuff going on, and then so you're not gonna attract what you want, you're gonna attract what you are. So I think the issue with that, speaking from experience, because I mean, I've made every mistake and I'm gonna probably make more tomorrow, but our self-esteem is in the fucking dirt. Like, you know, it's like we want that, again, whatever is familiar more, again, like your childhood, like what if you're used to seeking validation or perfectionism or I'm jumping through hoops. That was something for me. It was like, I have to perform to be loved, right? So the unavailable guy emotionally was intriguing to me. But when you start to understand where where these wounds are rooted in and you can heal it, you're not attracted to Mr. Bare Minimum that texts you, you know what I mean? So I think it's, you have to pick your self-esteem out of the fucking ground, off the dirt, put your crown on, figure it out, get to the root of what you have going on. Because I feel like for me, I've dated regular guys in recent years and not so regular guys. It's like, I want the guy who's gonna roll out the red carpet to the magic carpet. I don't care if that's Mr. Regular Degular, or if it's Mr. I play basketball or football or like whatever. I think for me, again, when you continuously choose yourself, your outer world has to reflect what's going on internally. So I think people, whether that's the guy who's talking to himself in your DMs or the girl who's chasing the guy that doesn't really want her, just, you know, you gotta kind of look at like, where are we a match and why?
And your situation's a little different because you met PJ like later on, correct? How long have you known him? What was that like?
Yeah, I met him, I think we had started kind of like talking in 2019. So kind of like right before he had got drafted, you know. But reverse 1 second, because before we go on to that, because that's just whatever. You have made comments. I think you're asking us about how do we feel being on the other side of it. My question to you is, you have made comments saying that you would never wife someone who has a child with someone in the league. So my question to you is, like, what inspired you to feel that way? And what connotation do you have about women who have a child with a basketball player?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We'd love to hear the answer.
He's the interviewer. Why are you concerned about his opinion on it?
What is my connotation? I don't have a negative connotation to it. I think that, you know, my right-hand man, Nicodemus, you've met little Nick, I think, or you know about little Nicodemus, the little baby I'm always with, and him and his wife just separated, and Nicodemus has spoken just on the difficulties it brings once you have a child to then like move on. Like, it takes a very understanding person to want to take on that role, take on that, and it can get really messy, like when you're going into life with a woman who has a child, and now you're having to navigate, like, how close are you gonna get with the child? How does the baby daddy feel about you getting close to the child? So I don't have a negative connotation. I feel like for me, because I don't have any kids, it's something that I've always thought I would steer away from. But I truly feel like as I've gotten older, I've realized, like, once you meet someone and you're really down for them, then everything that comes along with them, you can decide if you want to take that on or not. I don't have a...
He basically giving a politically correct answer. I get it. He don't want his podcast to get canceled. So she asked him, why wouldn't he date a single mom that has a child with an NBA star? It's because you've already had too many bad experiences, possibly. You've seen too much. You've probably done too much. Why would I want to put myself in that headache again, and I have to try and spoil you when I could possibly get a chick who maybe might be a little bit more down to earth or isn't clout driven, especially a Renner type of female, and any others that follow behind her.
Negative connotation, like, oh, that person has a child, so they're untouchable, and that's like a negative thing. I just feel like you have to weigh it out. You have to, because it does, you know, it comes with a lot if you're willing to take that on. So I don't view it negatively. The comments I said about, what comments are you specifically talking about?
I think you're talking about when he said that he wouldn't wife somebody that was already
that
with an athlete.
had talked to an athlete.
Yeah.
I feel like if you dated like publicly, like a player, it would be hard just because of, I don't know. I just feel like it'd be hard.
Brother,
what
no.
do y'all think about that? Do you think I'm curious on y'all's thoughts, because to me, like I said in the comments, like, it would be tough dating someone's old girl and they just always have that like over you. Like,
you gotta think about, in the league, those are your comrades, those are your enemies also, and it's a close-knit organization. Why would I want to mess with somebody who I'm probably gonna see multiple times throughout the years, you know, seconds or whatnot? And them dudes freaky as hell. You gotta think about, they at the prime creme de la creme. You talking about 6'6" athletes, high testosterone. Why would I want to follow behind that, man? Your girl probably done been trashed by you and maybe others. I don't want nothing to do with that.
no,
It's tough. Like, I feel like
I could be tripping though. It could be like an ego thing or like a
Insecurity thing.
I don't know. It could be. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm right. That's just how I've always felt. But I'm open to change. I'm not stuck in my ways.
I feel like I see why guys are hesitant with certain girls, because I even see certain girls and I'm like, you make it hard for us women to be taken seriously as, like, you know, mothers versus baby mama, or
the one sitting right next to you.
out here for the wrong thing. So I get that, because I see it and I'm like, you guys are surrounded by it a lot. I just think it's up to you guys to kind of like vet those girls out, you know what I'm saying? Because it is, I see what you guys are surrounded by too. So I understand that part of it. But on the flip side, I just feel like the reason why I have stayed true to myself is because you gotta make your private life happy and make sure that whoever's coming into yours and your child's world is adding something.
I agree.
So
is your because I agree with you. Your stance, Brittany, because I've listened to some of your like podcasts and, you know, talking to guys and whatever, and going back and forth with them. Like, what is your stance on like past? Are you like, once you meet the person, past doesn't really matter? What is your thoughts on that?
I feel like everything someone has encountered up into present day needed to happen. So whatever has taken place, whatever puzzle pieces these relationships have given you, I'm not going to judge anyone for it. If I don't want someone to judge me for my past, I cannot judge them. And I feel like, of course, I am always going to be very vocal about that group of people that I feel like, you know, if you have had public relationships or you've just lived a very public life like myself, I always found myself going to bat for and being that voice for that. Because, you know, for me, it's like, I live my life out loud. Like, I mean, pretty much everything I've done, you can Google and find it. So I feel like you not wanting children, like with someone who already has a kid because you don't have children, is a very different energy than, oh, you dated this basketball player who took you seriously, who you thought was your end game, and like, I wouldn't look at you as that. Like, to me, that's very egotistical. Again, your preference, you're allowed that, but I also think it's kind of like, okay, like.
I feel like it's.
Why are you attacking the interviewer because of his preferences? He's interviewing y'all and you trying to flip the script. Brittany Renner is always trying to expose someone, especially a man, and especially an athlete, or a dating guru, whatever the person is, she's always trying to call them out for her own wrongs. Ma'am, you were literally just in a hijab like a couple weeks ago. You cosplay character, and you were with Kevin Gates, like one of the freakiest guys out there. Why would anybody want to follow behind that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we just know your track record. That's why when you live that public life, everybody knows your track record now. And then we see the guys who you've been with. Why would somebody want to follow behind freaky ass Kevin Gates, bro? This man make music about eating booty all the time. There's no telling what you've done with him. So why would someone want to follow behind that and seeing you with your antics that you do with your baby's father? How you try and shame him and berate him and his new family? Why would someone want to pick you up? You're a problem.
Honestly, it might be the way most men are wired versus how women are wired. Like, I feel like most women, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all don't care as much about past as men. And I feel like that's because y'all have a gift of being more forgiving, being more graceful, being more this, all these things. And men seem to like, dudes will get mad over some stuff that happened 5 years ago when you weren't even with them. Like, I don't know what that is in men. I feel like it's just a difference in like how we view a situation.
Respect.
I don't really know if it's necessarily like wrong, but it could very well be an ego thing, and that's not the right way to go about relationships. But at the end of the day, I feel like whatever your preference is, there's someone out there for everyone. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I also feel like though that men collectively not only have like pretty low self-esteem for the most part, or their ego is astronomical. I feel like men fixate a lot on someone's past because they feel that another man can permanently taint a woman. You don't have that power. You just don't. So it's like, again.
You don't think so? You don't think
a man cannot permanently taint me? It's just like,
not
because
you, maybe you're very a strong, independent woman, but a lot of women are they've had relationships that have completely changed their personalities, the way they trust a man, the way they view men in general. I feel like
Brittany is such a walking contradiction. Michael Porter Jr. he's explaining it well right now. Yes, your past relationships can shape who you are in the future. Brittany, you've been with so many bad experiences. You're jaded with men now. Like, how can you not understand that you being jaded now is because of your experiences? That makes no sense. Denise Garcia, Lonzo Ball's baby mother, her experience with him has shaped who she is today. She's gonna look at men differently. So I don't understand how Brittany can sit right here and actually say that all her trauma. Just a few seconds ago, I was speaking on Kevin Gates. You don't think her being with Kevin has now changed her looking towards religion or being with someone in a religion possibly, or the things she did while she was with this guy in religion? Man, this woman is jaded as hell.
You can be in a messed up relationship that can really mess you up. But
I think where I'm focusing on, because I think I get what you're saying. You're saying that people can be jaded from whatever experiences they have. But I feel like when it comes to past and a man focusing on what happened 5 years ago or what man you slept with or what guy you were with, that is thinking when this man stuck his penis in her, she no longer has value. So that to me is where I challenge like that, because it's like, okay, well, who are y'all having sex with? Yeah. We're the whores, but who are we all? You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of where it's like, you know, yes, we're aware of double standards. We all love them when it benefits us. But the truth of the matter is, it's like, If you meet somebody that makes sense, whether they have a kid, whether they've been with someone publicly that was in the league, it's like, why miss out on the potential love of your life just because some guy dated her and it didn't work out? They were meant to have a kid, they moved on.
How can you acknowledge double standards and at the same time disregard double standards in the same sentence? Please make it make sense.
Just like I said, but
that's probably the mature mindset. No,
I
no,
also
100%.
feel like
I
That's the
wish
loser mindset.
I could think like
To piggyback
that.
off that too
True.
is
You
like,
You see, he say he wish he could think like that. That's not a good mindset to be in, just being honest.
it's like, why are we seen as like the baggage? You know, like why do we, when it's like a blessing?
Mama, there's a baby daddy.
And also, right, and also like I really
For people who don't know who she is, I'm gonna insert this clip real quick so y'all can understand Lonzo Ball and her background.
And you're just like living life without worrying about like her.
What?
And it's only gotten worse.
Whoa. What do you want from me? You act like I never see her. She's taken care of, is she not?
Yeah, because of me. I take care of her every day. You think it's easy?
I never said it was easy, but you chose to do that.
That's not an excuse though.
Before
you
you
just
had her.
don't understand.
Before you had her, I
But it
told
does
you
not-
I'm not going to be there all the time.
but
You
she's
said that's
here.
fine.
Do you think that you're gonna be doing all the work? Like I'm gonna try to do it just so it makes it easier on him.
Blame her for the way she feels and, wanting me to do more. But right now I gotta be focused on my profession, not only for myself, but for my family.
She said that's fine. I said, all right.
You just don't get it, so there's no point talking about
You
it.
just don't get it. Sometimes I just want to see her. I don't want to see you. Well, why are you getting upset now?
thought, and so did my ex, we thought we were endgame. And then Zoe came before that. So honestly, it showed me that actually you are not my endgame.
Yeah. And
So
that's
it's like I
okay.
had to learn in a different
I think it's the same
order.
idea.
Hold on. You saying that he not your end game, man, I'm just gonna be honest. Nobody would not know who you are if it was not for Lonzo Ball. And that's just facts. You got on like 4 chains. You got on like an iced out rollie. You would not have had that if it wasn't for Lonzo. Nobody knows you. You didn't have no aspiring career before that. And you tried to ruin his legacy because you wanted him to be more of a father in a 1-year-old's life. Man, get out of here. That man gotta go train. He gotta go shoot. He gotta get on the court. Why are you trying to shape him into something that you want him to be? Just to ruin him. This makes no sense, man. See, I wouldn't say she's a bad female, but she is a bad female because she pulled Lonzo, or she tried to pull him away from his passion, his career, his purpose to be what she wanted him to be. Man, women, that's a problem. Let your guy be who he is. You just need to pick the right one that you can follow.
Biology is the reason why men like some type of like purity in a woman, but women don't really like that in men. Like the girls that a lot of dudes go for is like someone who hasn't done everything in the book and like been around the world and seen everything there is to see and done everything. Like they like to bring like a new experience to a woman. And I feel like women are the opposite. They want a dude who has done his thing, can show him, put him on new things. I feel like it's the same ideology. I feel like men and women are wired different. But putting myself in y'all's shoes, the double standards would get irritating. The fact that we think that we can just have a crazy past and have a million bodies in our past.
A billion bodies. A million's generous.
But then we'll be tripping about if a girl we like has
We're different.
however many bodies. My question is, does that matter at all to you guys?
We're different.
Does past matter like at all?
That's hard because I feel like there's a part of me that's like, get it out of your system. I don't care what happened before me as long as it's not happening when I'm with you and after. But also, like, to some extent, because who are you exchanging energy with? Right. Like how
Yeah, those are real soul ties. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
When you talk about baggage, like I believe in that. I
Yeah.
believe that all these people that you've been with you can bring that into the next situation.
You can also cut the cord as well. But yeah.
Absolutely. So for me, it's like,
I'm gonna say this. I think guys could possibly cut the cord a little bit better than the females can. Especially, okay, let's say the woman liked the guy, but the guy don't like her that much. It's gonna be harder for her to cut it than the guy because it was just more like, it was just something to do. I ain't really care that much. So it is gonna be different. Now, if the guy likes the girl a lot, it's gonna be hard for him to cut that cord. It all depends on who likes who more.
so how accessible are you? Because then that changes things. Like, are you really picky with who you're exchanging energy with? That to me is important. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 33 years old. I'm not having a conversation about like body count. Like in my mind, that's not like something I'm ever bringing up.
I wouldn't talk about it.
I just don't care. Again, like every step that you have taken to arrive here, it's written. So for me to like get caught up on all these insignificant really details, like I'm more concerned about, do I like you as a person? Do I like who I am when I'm with you? Can I be more of myself with this guy? These are the 3 questions that mean the most to me. So all that body count and, you know, all that other stuff before, to me, it's just like, yes, like it's very talked about in pods, but it's like, how are we moving this conversation forward in like a productive way? Because it's like, okay, I don't want a girl who's been with a bunch of guys. Okay, well, I don't want a guy who's been with a bunch of Great, now where do we go from here? You guys,
Hold on.
we want somebody pure. Okay, but you're not. You're asking for something that
100%.
you're not. Like,
100%.
Like, are you waiting? Have you waited till you are married, or
No,
'cause you
that's
have,
what I'm saying.
you have
I
body
think
count?
All right. I just wanted her to get them last few points out, so I go ahead and chop that up real quick. There's double standards between guys and girls. Women usually don't want a guy that has been with nobody. That's not attractive to them. And we don't want a chick who's been out there busting it down for multiple guys. Now check this out. If you're dating and let's say you over 30 possibly, whatever, and you're trying to date, some of these conversations won't come up about how many people you slept with. It's not realistic. Most people are not going to bring it up. And guys, I don't think you should have that conversation with a female if you into her. Don't bring it up. But guess what though? The characteristics of if she slept with multiple guys will show themselves. It doesn't matter. She doesn't have to tell you that she's been with 20 people, 5 people, 1 person. How she acts will show that. How much she wants to show her skin off. How much she's willing to go against the grain, how much she's willing to go with the grain. You will see her characteristics from how she acts and presents herself, and they'll just expose herself over time. Brittany, Renner, we already understand the type of woman that you are online, the way how you live your life. We can tell that you've already done some things possibly with some people, or we can see that you might have only done it with the guys you chose, but you still have bad characteristics for his personality traits that would make you a headache. It's not always about how many been in the box. It's about how that mental is after you've had your situations, and how well are you able to get into the next one and, you know, be able to retain the guy that you with.
I think it is
So
a
you're
double
not really
standard.
pure either. You see what I'm saying?
I think it is a double standard. Like dudes really have a double standard on that. I'm not saying a double standard is right. I think that I'm not saying it's right. I just think it exists.
No, it's true.
For whatever reason it is. I don't know if that's going anywhere. Like I said, there's someone out there for anyone, but I do think that double standard exists, and I think talking about it and getting the perspective from both sides, like, it does matter, because putting ourselves in your shoes, like, we would be mad if there was a double standard. Speaking on the subjects you speak on and being very outspoken, and like, that is rare, especially as a woman. But in both of your situations, like the world, in my situation too, just if you're gonna be public at all.
Brittany argues in bad faith, just being honest.
If you're a public figure at all, the world does beat you up. They love negativity and all these things. And a lot of your guys' situation has come from men. So has that, not that you guys hate men or anything like that, but has that like
questionable
weighed on you at all? Like, just you with the Andrew Tate podcast, so I watched a little bit of your clips with the Fresh and Fit guy, and you're just like, do those things, having those conversations ever just, you get tired of dudes?
No, did you watch those clips? We had a great conversation.
The Fresh and Fit one, yeah, but
we had a great conversation.
Really?
So we spoke for 2 hours. Now the clip that went viral was me calling niggas. That was like the first 5 minutes.
Just the fact that like when you're saying your points or whatever, it seemed like he was like making light of it or joking around.
And that's fine, because at the end of the day, I don't question any platforms I'm called to. I'm gonna teach, and I'm gonna share what wisdom was gifted to me, and whether it's received or not is not really my concern. So again, I've sat down with Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, academics, Joe Budden, Kevin Samuels when he was alive. I mean, all these people who were supposed to tear me apart, and it's really just about perspective sharing. So it's like, I love talking to different people. Even a tyrant can be a teacher. So I don't.
They all tore you apart. You just didn't receive any of the information that they gave you. They broke apart your situation. I mean, it's very public. It's very easy to pick apart. It's not even like up for debate anymore. Like, you know the type of character you are. You know the type of cosplay female character you are. and you get in and out of situations, and you try and paint other people to be the bad guy when it's really you, and you just want to stay in it for the money. I get it. You're a public figure. This is the persona that you have chosen that you have to continue to display. That's cool, but you can't sit right here and say that you battled against the best of those guys, because those guys really wanted to like be nasty to you. They could have really chopped you up. I'm talking about really like made you go off the the ringer, you know what I'm saying, and just crash out. But they have to have a certain form of etiquette, because those guys don't want to get canceled outside of the ones who possibly already might be canceled, and they don't care. But for the other guys, they're not gonna go as deep as they should.
Well, I definitely don't hate men. I think we love men. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're hopeful romantics. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think
Okay.
it did kind of harden me a little bit. Like, to tap back into like my feminine it took me a long time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, hold on, I have somebody to raise. Okay, I have to be an example for my daughter, and what kind of love she should see her mom receive.
Right.
So I really had to like look in on myself, work on those things, and I was just like I can't, I don't have the emotional capacity right now. I need to be at my best if I want the best partner for me and my daughter.
And I mean, it hasn't been public. Like, have you dated anyone since she was born?
She's never met anybody.
Really?
So I'm so picky. I'm literally like so picky with who I choose to date.
You should have stayed with Lonzo. You shouldn't have tried to be a headache. The man said he just don't want to see you sometimes. Maybe he was regretting having a baby with you, possibly. Sometimes guys get buyer's remorse, and it is what it is sometimes. I mean, you gotta think about, he's a guy at the top of his game, a young athlete, rich, family's rich. You know, sometimes you gotta think about, man, this woman is very average too. You feel me? If outside of Lonzo being inside of her, she's just another basic female. I hate to say it. And if it wasn't for him, she wouldn't have the clout she has today, or the power she has to command the things that she might want to command, because you'd just be a regular girl working at Whataburger, you know, out there on the West Coast or wherever, or whatever burger places is out there. You'd probably be there or some other spot. I don't see her just being like the next it girl. So when, you know, you have to keep that guy happy. I hate to say it. When you with a winner like that, a guy that's at that high of a level to where you don't have to ask or want for anything, you got to just be able to shake and move and just hope you got the best of the best. And hopefully he wants the same for you.
I really have just been focused on mine and Zoe's world to this point. I feel like, because I want to be like the best Denise. Like, I lost myself so much in that, just trying to be the best partner, when it was like I need to look inwards and focus on who I am, what makes me happy, what's gonna make Zoe happy. Zoe wants all her friends to come from like over after school, perfect. Like, let's, you know, it's just our world. So it's taken me some time. I'm really protective. I've yet to introduce a partner to Zoe. I don't know. I'm like, my guy might be a unicorn. I don't know.
What would be the qualifications like of a dude for either of you to like bring in those situations, being a mother now?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You want to go first?
Like, do you want them taking on like a father role at some point for your child? Like, what are the qualifications?
I feel like she just needs to see an example of healthy love, just getting treated the way that, you know, a woman should be treated. Like,
all right. I don't know how true this is, y'all. They said, according to experts, Garcia, she was asking for $30,000 a month. I don't know how much she's getting, but she was asking for $30,000 a month. This woman has on an iced out rollie. Iced out rollie with little chains on, man. Like, how do you ask for that type of money when you didn't have to work for it at all? Think about it. It's not me being nasty towards no female or anything like that, y'all. Like, really think about it. She was asking for $30,000 a month. You know how much money that is? You know how hard it is for people to make $5,000 a month, let alone 30? Bro, that is egregious numbers. But that's just greed, and that's not you actually doing anything. You pushed out a baby. You could have pushed out a baby with a bum. You could have pushed out a baby from anyone. But no, you feel like because you have a baby with this NBA star that you entitled to all of his money and the things that he got to go through, the pressure that he got to. And then in that clip I showed y'all, she was trying to make him be in a 1-year-old's life more. What? A 1-year-old? Bruh, I'm not thinking about my 1-year-old. Of course I love her and she gonna be taken care of, but I don't have to be there. I'm not popping titties out. I'm not right there, you know, going and putting her to sleep all the time. Especially if I'm a high level individual like him. I gotta be I gotta make sure I don't lose the life so that y'all can sustain the life. Get you a better family, get you better friends around you, man. That's what a lot of these women need to do. They need to get better friends, better family to be able to support it. That's why they say you need a village and a tribe to raise a child. Because when you out here trying to make your man into your village, that's a problem. Your man is in your village, but he's not your entire village. Get a better support system so your guy can keep being the best guy for you, and that you can respect him and love and appreciate him, instead of be the burden and bring him down into something that you really don't like in the long run. I'm talking too long. Let's continue.
Queen, and just kind of have that, like, I mean, she has a dad, you know, so I'm not looking for somebody to come and be her dad, but it's like, be that figure where it's like she's comfortable enough to have conversations. You can have talks with her and develop that relationship with her that any little girl needs. Right. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, that's
I love that. I mean, I feel the same way too, where it's just kind of like, I think when you have a child as well, life gets very serious, where maybe other instances where you were like horse playing and just kind of doing stuff for the plot. It's like when you have a little person running around, and you want to really make sure that, again, like you said, they're treating you with the utmost respect. And yeah, even though, again, my son has his dad as well, but like if we merge a household, that is inevitably going to be a role. Like my son would look for that.
All right. I can't listen no more of that. Y'all cook. Men, we're cooked. Females, you're cooked. Everybody's cooked. Everybody's cooked, y'all. It's crazy hearing this stuff, man. I'm just like, damn. It's like, I know I can sit here and say that it's these two females, they don't speak for all women, but a lot of women feel like that. And to say, like, she said that she wanted the red carpet rolled out regardless of the guy's regular or extraordinary. It's like, but what are you doing to even deserve the red carpet? Like, I didn't even hear any of that. Like, we don't even ask for a red carpet as guy. Like, honestly, we just want to get, the beginning for us is just getting access. You know, we want access first, and then, you know, we start hoping that we get some of the benefits of being with a woman long term. But you want the red carpet, you want to be pampered, probably treated like a princess. You want to be relinquished from working, possibly. That would probably be the ultimate goal. Then you're gonna want children, and then you're gonna try and change me because you've had the children. You want me to be something that that's going to hurt me in the long run and not be great for the family. So, man, bro, it really hurts, man. Like hearing this stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like just thinking about it, bro. It's like, man, everybody's just getting so cooked, and maybe I'm slightly less cooked because I'm in a long-term relationship, so I'm probably not in the shoes of a lot of the other guys out there. But I see it and I witness it, and I just understand how the females operate. And just from the conversations I have with females who I talk to, possibly try and give advice to, I hear it from them as well. See, I'm not only just online reacting to content, I actually speak to females in my day-to-day life, and it's the same story. It's the same thing. It's literally the same conversations that I'm having, real life and online. And it's unfortunate. It is. And the thing about it is that a lot of the good guys are going to get overlooked, and they always going to possibly look for the guy. Of course, you got to get with somebody that you like or is intriguing, whatever the case is. But some things is probably like, you know, you really just trying to squeeze some shit that's not necessary. You know, if that's the best way I can put it. Some things are minuscule. It's not necessary. You probably shouldn't even worry about trying to get that extra percentage out of it because you already got such a large percentage of what you want. All the other things is just, it doesn't make sense. But people are going to be people, you know, both sides. Men are going to do the things that they're going to do to probably cook themselves, and women are going to do the things that's going to cook themselves. I'm not saying no, either sex is going to be right or wrong. It's going to be choices and decisions that have to be made for each and every person's life and situation they want to be in. You know, we do ultimately choose a lot of the situations that we're going to be a part of, this world, you know, this life that you live. You can do whatever you want. You can work as hard as you want. You can be around those spaces you want. The only person who you're fighting is yourself. I wake up and the fight is with me. I'm not fighting anybody else. It's with me. I look at myself every day, whether I feel like doing something, whether I don't feel like doing something. It's always me. So that's who your biggest enemy, critic, and motivator. It's gonna be you. I think we gotta start understanding and realizing that more. And I think we could possibly get into the situation that we want to be in. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's not, but I'll make sure I have this linked in the description. Y'all make sure y'all watching its entirety. I'm a fan of Michael Porter Jr. I'm mad that he didn't get a lot because he got injured early on in his career, so he didn't get a lot of play time. But yeah, I was watching him when he was on a few different teams. When he was on the Nuggets, I forgot the team he was on before the Nuggets. But Michael Porter Jr. was always doing his thing, man, and I was a big fan of him, man, because he always reminded me of like a long ass Steph Curry / like Lonzo Ball type of build of a character. He was dope though, and I'm a big fan of Lonzo Ball too. That's why it's crazy his baby mama being up here, because I was always a fan of Lonzo since he came in the league. And just understanding how his breakup went, and like I said from that clip, that don't let these chicks change you into something that you're not supposed to be. And I mean, and I'm gonna be honest, even the best of the best, the good girls will do it. They don't know they doing it though. That's why I can't be mad at them, because they want you to be something outside of they want you to like internalize their feelings and become what they want you to become. But if you do that, it's going to possibly hurt you if you're not a strong enough guy. It's okay if you bend it and give some time to these situations, but if you're on a high purpose and passion and you have to stay in it, you got to make sure you stay locked in it, and you can't fold. So I'm talking too much, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video, comment below. This is JayBReacts, and until next time, y'all, peace.